Diaspora Moments by Dion London.
Hey guys, welcome to the Diaspora Moment podcast. Again, my name is Dion London. I am your host, and today I am so excited. Now, the topic that I have for you guys today is, do men benefit from marriage? Now, there's this buzz on social media where a lot of men feels like only the women are benefiting from the marriage and not the men. And this is not an argument that we're about to do only in the United States or in the Western world, because the world that's not involved around United States and UK and Canada, right? It's global. We have Africa, we have Asia, right? Mm-hmm. US. Why?
We can't base it on a global scale.
Why not?
Every country or every continent goes by different.
But then that is not fair.
The Western culture is totally different. Like, we talked about it a little bit earlier. The divorce rates, how divorce is played out.
Who was right? Who was right between the rates? Me or you?
We get that, but how divorce is played out between countries and continents is completely different. The way America looks at things, depending on the way Africans and, like I said, Cameroon, they will look at divorces. They won't necessarily grab everything from the man and just give it to the woman. That's all in the Western culture.
So
look at it.
So that means that answer is relative. It depends on where you live, right?
So,
all right, because if it's not relative, okay, hold on. If it's not relative, right, and it's like that everywhere, then we have to base our conversation from a global scale, right? But if we're going to base it based on what, US or the Western world, then we're bringing it out to a niche now. What? But before you come in, hold on. I'm going to let... I know. I know you're very excited, Eddie. So I'm going to let you introduce yourself, and then we all introduce ourselves. So go ahead.
What's going on, guys? This is my first time in the podcast, and hopefully many more. My name's Eddie. I'm a bachelor, but I'm in a relationship. So I'm speaking for the men that I've been in contact with, the married men.
Oh God!
And I've also done a lot of research. I've seen a lot of miserable men that have been married.
Women are miserable too.
I will share my stories with you, and y'all can tell me what it is.
Some of the women are miserable too, Eddie.
Not more than men.
What?
No more. We have great hair more than you guys, so you just know we go through a lot.
Yeah, right. And women don't go. Wait a minute. Hold on. Women don't go through a lot.
We're coming to our houses with yellow hats already. That's a safety net. Right
But the question is, who forced you inside that house?
Thank you.
Did they force you to say I do? Did they force you to get on your knees and propose?
Don't mind him.
So please, let's respect ourselves.
Don't mind him. Go ahead, Shola. Introduce yourself.
Hi, everybody. It's me, Shola. I'm back.
That's it.
Hi everybody.
The fire is already burning already.
This is your Mr. Tenten, your favorite. You like me. All right.
Okay. So Eddie, I'm gonna start with you. Okay. Right. So let's start. I mean, you gave a good head start. When you said like we can base it on from a global scale point, right? So to you, what are we targeting? Just US, Canada, Europe, like the Western side?
I would say if we're gonna talk, like we should talk about where we are right now.
So US,
the Western culture.
The Western culture.
If we're talking about on the global scale, I have two different perspectives on the third world countries and the Western culture. The third world countries, just to put it out there, I do believe the women would be way more loyal, and they will not want to run away from a lot of things that are the struggles that go through marriages. That's it. That's my definition of loyalty. Struggles that go through marriages. The third world countries, women will stick around.
And some of the men are loyal?
No, men are loyal to our definition of loyalty is we always provide for the woman.
That's not loyalty. That's not loyalty.
Because
protect, provide, and love. That's a responsibility that you have to.
Women have this ideology that the way you guys look at things is the same way we look at things.
No. We don't have the ideology. We look at things different. You guys look at things different. But loyalty should not be defined. It is what it is.
If I still live in the same house with you, I'm loyal to you.
That is not a
That's
fact.
not true.
No.
That's facts.
That's
That
not
is
true.
not a
I agree with
Because
that.
if I'm not
What?
loyal to you, I'd
Okay,
have been
okay.
gone.
In that case, okay, then let's switch it up. So I can live in the same house with you, right?
Right.
And
Okay.
cheat.
No,
Am
it's
I
not.
loyal?
It's not the
Right.
same.
You be gone.
Let's not start. It's too
It's not the
early.
same. You know why?
How is that not the same?
Because-
Well, because the world is not the same, and you
Oh,
want
jeez.
and equal rights don't exist.
You kidding me?
I'm not kidding you.
Why is it that when it comes to men, it's always equal rights don't exist? What is wrong with you people today?
God did not create everybody equal. God only created men equal.
Okay, so when it okay, you know what? We're gonna get in the topic.
Exactly.
Because
Let's
remember
get
that
to
you
it.
said that.
Let's
Remember
shake
that
it.
you said that.
I will remember.
It's not equal, right?
I must
It's
remember.
not
I will
okay. God
remember.
bless you.
It's not equal.
All
It's
It's
right.
not equal, yo.
Okay.
You and
It's
I
not
are
equal.
not
It's
equal.
not
Okay,
equal. But
don't
once you
worry.
and I live in the house, that's loyalty.
Okay.
Loyalty.
So we live in the house. You cheat. That's loyalty.
That's loyalty.
When I cheat, that's not loyalty.
But
That's
it's
a sin.
It's a
That's
definition.
a sin.
That's haram.
Yeah.
You kidding me?
That's a
Go ahead.
that's a way
It's
men
what
look
it
at.
is.
That's a way men look at cheating.
Okay.
I literally just talked to one of my friends
Some men,
about this,
right?
Some
Because
men.
if you're not doing that, you can call me.
let's
but
say
if you're doing that,
generalizing.
don't call me.
Alright,
It's
so
not all.
generalizing, right?
Uh-huh.
The way most men, I'll give you an example,
Some.
right? Some or most men. The
Yeah,
way we
still
look at it,
loyal
let's
ones
say
out there.
hypothetically, you go and cook for another guy, wash his clothes, do his dishes, take care of his house, do all the extra stuff, right? As long as you don't give up that box, right? As long as you don't give up that box, a man will most likely forgive you. But the minute he finds out that you stepped out sexually with another man, automatically in his head, it's a no-no.
And the women is not a no-no for us.
Why?
But okay, speaking from just the women that you know, right? Generally, what are the chances that most women will forgive a man for cheating the first time?
A lot of, and that is the reason why y'all behave the way y'all
Okay,
behave.
hold on.
No,
Okay,
hold on.
let me
Okay,
say
so
something.
hold on.
One
No,
thing-
no,
let me get to my
I'm
point.
going to answer
Let me
him.
get to my point.
So that's what I'm saying.
Okay, so-
it's because hold on, because women are known to be very feminine. They are known to be very compassionate. They are known to be very forgiving. That is the reason why a lot of women out here are forgiving their men even when they cheat, and that is the reason why y'all take advantage of that bullshit. If every woman decide that they won't leave when y'all do y'all shit, y'all will stop cheating.
But there's a reason.
No.
A reason why a man does
We just
not
do it
forgive a
better.
woman, just because of the fact that when a woman
Because it hurts your pride. It hurts your pride and your ego.
When a woman steps out, we know, like for
That
her
we
to-
checked out?
For her to step out,
It means we
she
checked
must-
out.
He must have stimulated her to a point. When a man steps out, I could walk out of this house right now. I promise you. I see a bad shorty, boom, I'm ready to go. My shit hard, boom, we ready to go. A woman, before you even step out, you can be like, oh, like he's a handsome guy, but you're not thinking about it on a sexual basis. When we see, we are go. You guys need to hear. For you
How
to hear.
can
It
a
don't
man
matter.
speak
Okay,
for a
okay,
woman?
okay, so
You
let me-
said
let me-
last
let me
week,
say
how
this.
can a woman speak for a man?
Right.
How
How
can
can
a
you speak for
man
women?
speak for a woman? What do you know? How do you know what's going on in our heads and in our minds? How do you know?
What are you both attracted to? Physiques or more just the guy's actions and the guy's
Intellectual.
words?
Physiques.
There we go.
Two different
Me and him,
answers.
I promise you.
Two different answers.
Two different
So it
answers.
means that if
That
you
means
have
it's not
100
exactly
women,
two- right,
if you
two
have 100
different
women,
answers.
you will have different opinions
Exactly.
from 100 women.
Okay, so now
Don't
let me say
ever
this.
say
Let me-
that
let me
we are
say the
thinking the
fact.
same.
Let me
Okay,
say
what's
the
the fact?
fact. A fact.
For a woman or for a man?
A fact for both. Scientifically proven. Bang, bang, bang. Okay. So when a man and a woman have a intercourse, right? The woman release oxytocin, right?
Oxytocin.
Is it oxytocin?
Oxytocin.
Right? The
Somebody learned their biology in
I'm
school.
telling you, I came with. I told I'm a dissect and
Kill it.
Jesus Christ. Right? And the man release what testosterone, right? Okay, that's fine. The oxycodone, how do you say?
Oxytocin.
Oxytocin, yeah.
Oxytocin. It's a binding chemical, right? But the man only release that oxytocin when he's in love with a woman.
Show our okay,
Don't give me that.
What
Oh,
are
I'm
you
telling you,
saying?
look
Cheating
at
is cheating.
scientific
Cheating
fact.
is
Exactly.
cheating. It don't
What?
matter. Cheating
Right?
is cheating.
So you like so like we go to let's say you go to Africa, right? You find one of those mad women that walk around and they have belly. Who's serving them? You think the person that did it? No, men see nice body, they want it, but that don't mean they love it. We just do it.
You're just justifying men that's cheating. That's all. We're not
But
going to go
then
there.
justification.
Let's come back. Let's come back to it
Ah,
again.
let's come back.
And I'm going to start with you again, Ed. You said, so based on your opinion, We should stick it right here in the U.S.
Somewhat facts.
Okay, so for you in the U.S., men don't benefit from marriage.
Be
at
careful
all.
for your answer.
At all.
From me-
At all.
No. There's,
Like zero. Is that what you're saying?
there's
Zero?
No.
Okay.
There's benefits on both sides.
Okay.
For sure. Right. I mean, I'm not married,
So,
right?
so you say okay. So you say for sure. So those that think that men don't
It's
benefit
70-30.
at all.
It's not.
So
in
what-
terms of
what-
like men don't benefit at all. No,
That's bullshit?
That's bullshit.
Okay.
But to me, if I had to scale it, I'm speaking just from like seeing what I'm seeing and what I'm hearing from other married men. I'm not married myself, right? Including all the movies that you watch, you literally see it. If you really
It's a
analyze
script.
it,
It's a script. It's a script. Please.
it's
you can
kind of
believe it.
similar
It's a
to
script.
what
It's
I'm
a
hearing
script.
too, right? But to me, it's 70-30. Yes.
So who takes the 70?
men are definitely less. So the men are 30%, the women are way more.
Okay.
Because if we really look at this like this, it starts with the whole relationship thing. Women are the one that's first. Most women. Let me go back to your last point. I don't want to generalize. Right?
Thank you.
But
But you're gonna get beaten the moment you decide to start
All right,
generalizing.
I'll put statistics. Probably 80% of women are more inclined to actually be in a committed relationship. For example, most women
Than men.
most women, yeah, most yeah,
Please.
most
You,
men win.
you just gave statistic and now you're hesitating.
Okay. But for example, a woman would say, "Hey, I'm ready to be a girlfriend." A woman would say, most likely, women are more ready to be a fiance than next step before the man. Generally, right? For example,
Because that's security for us.
yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Because you already process the benefits of it. That's
What's the
whole-
benefit?
It's not
The
about
marriage.
the benefits.
'Cause-
No.
Okay, so
It's-
the girlfriend, that's a commitment. The next level for that is a fiance. Marriage now, which is the main topic, that's the next topic. But you guys already analyzed it to that point that, okay, marriage. What comes to marriage? He's a guy that could take care of me. He's a guy that could actually provide.
Is there
for
every
me.
guy out
No,
there that
but
can
let's be
that
real.
can do
Let's
that?
be
That's
real.
your analysis.
Is
No,
there
no, wait.
every
Can
guy
we be
out there
honest
that
here?
has that?
No, but that's your analysis before.
Not every woman's analysis.
So
please.
not every woman just randomly getting married with a random man. But I'm saying if you choose,
Not every woman out there get with a man because they think the men can actually provide for them.
but there's
Because
some.
there are certain women that they actually meet men that the women actually are making more money than the men. So they don't think about the man providing anything. Because y'all can provide nothing.
Okay, but
Because they
it comes
provide
down
the
to the
capa-
analysis, the analysis of what you've seen.
If
in
that
this
is the
guy.
case, then both of them are benefiting.
When it comes
not
to
just one.
women and when it comes to marriage, I think we always leave out the fact that from young, women are trained or taught that their value comes from being married
Thank
and having
you.
kids.
That's what
So
y'all
this
don't
is
get.
not this is not about whether we benefit because you're going to take care of. Don't get me wrong. There are some women out there that go into marriage because of that. But majority of us from young is always the mindset of in order for you to be seen as valuable, you need to be claimed. But if we were to take that out of the equation, majority of women would not marry y'all because y'all are not worth. Some of y'all are not worth time, to be very honest.
So I got a question for both of you guys.
Okay, what's your question?
Since we're saying it, the way she's explaining it, right?
Yes.
You diverting from the whole traditional versus non-traditional women. The way you're describing it, they're being cultivated into, oh, I want to be married and then claim a man. Now, non-traditional women are okay. I could do it by myself. I don't really need a man.
So that's
But
why we
then
have
eventually
more women
later-
that aren't getting married. That's exactly because there
later
is
down
no
the line,
benefit.
most of these women kind of don't like their lives. Most of them. I'm telling you, most of
they are miserable.
they're miserable at the end of the day.
Why are they miserable? Because they are not they are not that.
Wait, who told you they miserable? Who gave you
have
the
this
numbers?
you guys like the oxytocin, right? Just using biology. It's not the same thing, but it's kind of similar. But using that example, you guys just have this internal, that innate feeling or innate care to actually like cultivate, care, nurture. That's what you guys crave. Like eventually you guys start craving that.
We don't crave.
Eventually,
That's how we are
pick up a
created.
cat on
That's
the
how we
street.
are molded.
No.
Women are
If we're
molded
going
like that. We
based
don't
off
think
of
like that. We are molded
numbers,
like
right?
that.
If we're going based off of numbers, if that was the case, even these independent women eventually would pick any dude that they want and get married. But in 2024, women are the ones that are more so saying no to the whole marriage thing compared to men.
So, Shala, what are you saying right now? Do men benefit?
For
Yes.
me, I think that men do benefit from marriage, yes. And I think that the reason why y'all say men don't benefit is because you guys are thinking about the ones that get divorced and then
And
their
make
money,
the money.
and the woman makes the money. But
Only
if
the
we're
few
looking,
percentage.
if we're looking at majority, when we were talking earlier, the divorce rate is not that high in 2024. May 6th. I did my research.
Okay, question for you. Question for you.
Came with the numbers.
Give me examples of what type of benefits do.
Ask Mr. Tintin because you want to know why I
women
want
have?
him. No, I want him to
he's the
answer.
married
You
man.
want to know why I want him to answer?
No,
because
he has to
last
answer
week,
it.
what did you say? That you became a better man after what? I quoted you.
I don't remember. I have a reason.
Okay.
Your wife is watching though. She's watching.
I have my hard hat, my yellow hard hat. Okay, all right. So let me come in. Okay, and this is marriage is a very, very complicated. Okay, and my answer to that question is: do men benefit from marriage? Absolutely no. Absolutely yes. You get me?
What,
It's a
where
no.
Where do you stand here?
And that's the thing. It's a no, and a yes.
So which one is a no? Which one is a
Green
yes?
light or red
And that's why
lights,
I
'cause I don't
said
understand.
marriage is very complicated issue, and we have to dissect it. That's the only way you can understand why I say no and why I say yes. Okay, so as a woman, when a woman is born, right, as we say, she usually come with her values. You know, she's pretty. By 18, 25, she's sitting on the high horses, right? If you are at the age, and this advice to these men, if you are the age between 18 and 30, it should be like 35, but I should say 30 so my wife don't kill me, right? So 18 to 30, absolutely not, you will not benefit from marriage.
Who? The
For men.
woman?
Yes.
The man?
You have no business as a man between the age of 18 and 30 to get married at all. You are not ready. Marriage is not a game. Literally, it's your life. Right? And don't forget, men earn their value. So at what point are you going to earn your value? What age bracket can you be the most productive? It's between 18 and about 40, right? But I only say 40 because I might need 2 yellow hats, right? So it's like I would say 18 and 30. That is when you are at your best. Right, that's where your youtherism is there. That's where you can change.
Can I
things.
jump in?
So let me finish.
Okay.
I got to finish the whole thing for you to understand where I'm coming from. So from 18 to 30, you don't even think about getting married. Number 2, you haven't had enough experience yet. You haven't been abroad the road. You haven't had your coming to America yet. Right? So at that age, no. Work.
No, asking.
You will not benefit. Not only you will not benefit out of any marriage.
So at what age do men benefit from marriage?
I will get there, right? So from 18 to 30, you will not get benefit from it. From 30 to let's say 30 to 40, you are at the maybe. That is if you have gotten your shit together already, right? Because don't forget, men are respected for their value. So from 30 to 40, most men, that is your working years. That is when you can accumulate more, right? If you get married, now you are bogged down. Let's say if you get married, most of the time when people get married, kids come in, right? So let's say you have some opportunities in California that you want to go to. You just can't pack up and leave. As a single man, you could get it together, go make the money, right? If you hit 40 and you have come to yourself,
That's statement.
right? Number 1, more likely that you'll be more financially secured or more financially better than when you are 18. Number 2, emotionally, you'll be much more stronger, right? You would, by that time, you have had enough relationship that you will start understanding women a little bit more. You'll be a little bit more compassionate than when you are 25, 30, right?
Well, you're talking about men that are intentionally cultivating themselves to be that version of the man you're talking about.
And
But
that is
how
what I'm
many of
saying.
men 18, 30, 40, or 100
And
is
that is-
actually putting in that work to be prepared.
that is-
Majority of y'all
that
are
is
not
the-
preparing yourselves.
that
Let's be
is
very
not the-
honest. And that's why
that is
marriage don't
not
work.
that is not the case. It's like
It is.
yes, marriage don't work, but I'm not going there. I'm going.
So
if men
I'm
benefit,
going based
right?
off of what you just said with the 18 to 30. Regardless of the age,
It doesn't-
how many
it doesn't
men
matter.
how many men are actively working on themselves in
matter.
order to be
It doesn't
prepared?
matter whether
It
they're working on
does.
themselves.
You
It-
have
okay,
to.
so
In order
you
for your
can't-
marriage to work, you have to prepare yourself,
fine.
right?
Okay, fine. If it's okay, let's say no man is doing that. Let's say none of us are doing that, right? But what I'm saying that if you are not doing that, right, or if you are doing that, if you are between the age of 18 and 30, you are not gonna. 18 and 30, you are not gonna benefit at all because guess what? And when the kids come, when all the struggle come, when different bills come in, you cannot put yourself in a better position to provide for
But
that
how
woman.
would you not benefit it? I don't understand.
And because you're not gonna benefit because number one, trust me, a lot of men at 30 are not emotionally very understanding because women are
And
very
50 and 60 and 70-year-old men too.
Women are very complicated. They are very complicated animals, right? They are very, very, very complicated.
So okay.
And
Okay, so let me ask this.
Yes.
And because of this whole numbers that you can, bring it in with this age gaps and all of that, let's shoot it straight. At what age group do men benefit from marriage?
anywhere between the good number is anywhere between 40 and up.
That's when they benefit from marriage.
Can I ask a question? What is the benefit that we're even talking
I was
about?
about to say. I was
What
about to
are
ask
they
him
not
that.
benefiting
and
from?
that
And what are
people
you
from
benefiting
40
from?
and up, what exactly
What
are
is
they
the benefit?
benefiting that those people from 30 will not benefit?
Okay. If you are 40 and up, right, and you have gotten your shit together, right, and then you get married, these are the benefits. Number one, you will understand how marriage really works because of a lot of the experience that you have had, right?
How does that bring
Okay,
benefits?
so, well, the thing is, if you understand how marriage works, the way you will treat your wife will be different. And the way you will treat your wife can directly correspond with the way that she will treat you, right?
Okay.
And that would give you, that can literally make your life. Because trust me, if you find the right woman, and you intellectually, emotionally, you know how to act and you know how to really treat her, boom, your life will take a skyrocket.
Because
towards
so
good.
the word benefit here is what you get out of the marriage.
And
That's
that
the
is where
benefit.
you get out of the. This is what you get out of marriage,
But
right?
I feel like you put yourself in a
get-
corner though, because you're
and-
saying pretty much a man benefits from marriage based off of how he treats his wife. So if you're a man out there and
And-
you're not treating your wife well,
No,
that's why you're not benefiting.
And guess what?
That's what you just said.
And guess what?
So
Not all. And I said, I'm putting age restrictions on it because let me tell you, I've never seen a woman. Well, I'm pretty sure some exist. That is between the age of 18 and 25. That sit and play video games all day. But yet I've seen a 30-year-old do that. I've seen a 25-year-old man do that. Right.
So again, men don't benefit because they are not ready. They are not prepared.
And that is where
it's
I'm
their
coming.
fault.
And whether it's
Is
their fault or
I'm
not,
asking. I just want to know: is it their fault or not? I'll rest my case if it is. Is it their fault?
but
I'll stop
you
talking
can-
if you say it is. I
You
swear.
can also say
Is
you
it
can
men's
say
fault?
whatever you want to.
They're playing video games, so it's their fault.
I'm not saying not all men are playing video
That's
games.
what you
right?
said. 18
But
and
what I'm
30-year-olds are playing
saying-
video games.
What I'm saying is that the maturity of a man, right?
plays a role.
It plays a role, and a
And-
lot of men don't mature as early as female.
And whose fault is that?
Well, it's
their fault.
biology.
Innate.
So let's
It's
recap. Wait,
biology.
let's
So that
repeat.
is the
So
reason
men do
why
not
I told
benefit
you
because
that
they are
Men
immature.
do not benefit.
They don't benefit
putting
from
words
men.
in
No,
my
no,
mouth.
that's what you
I said
said.
men
They
between
don't
the
benefit.
ages, a
Okay,
certain
that's
age.
all I want to hear. Men don't benefit because they're not mature.
No, hold on.
Men at a certain age group
do
is
not benefit.
suicidal if you get married.
No,
Because
It's suicidal.
But what's the
because
because?
guess what will happen?
They're not ready.
You yourself probably don't know how to treat
God bless
a woman, and the woman herself is probably as watch all these reality TV. So she a reality babe, right? And then you are a reality dude, and you get in and you have reality square, and the shit blows up,
Oh God.
right? But by the
So
time
we
you
repeat,
hit 40,
men don't benefit because they're not mature
by the
enough.
time you hit 40, you don't run through about 50, and especially nowadays about 50, 60 women.
Oh, God.
So you already know how it works.
So
you
it's-
already know how they behave. And trust me, they all behave a lot of them behave the same.
Mr.
Oh,
Tintin,
God.
I just
So
want
you will know.
to. I just want to make sure you're saying men don't benefit.
I said 10 men. And now when you hit between 40 and 40 and actually let me put it this way. If you hit 40 and 60, right? I would give that about 70 no, not 70, maybe about 60% benefit.
Who, the men or the woman?
The man.
They
We're
get
not talking
60%.
about women.
They
get about 60% of the benefit out of marriage.
Pause.
But now when you
Pause.
go from 60
on.
and above,
Hold on.
100%.
Hold on.
Because very soon she's gonna be changing
'Cause
your
you have
diaper.
you have your fellow man here. Do you agree with the number?
There's 60 and above. It makes sense to me, right? Because at that point,
Be careful what you say.
that's when the woman is more nurturing, right? And we older, like men are mostly, we've worked our youth, really struggled to actually elevate ourselves to get to a point. At that time, we really tired. At 60, we're looking for a woman to settle down, actually take care of us and all that. That's the wife that we've actually came up with,
At
right?
60, you're looking for a
No,
woman to
I'm
take
just
care
saying
of you.
generally.
Somebody got to manage that medication.
That's what's good.
Who's gonna manage that? After you,
That's why you
hold on.
benefit.
Who's gonna
You know
manage
what I
that?
like from them?
After you've cheated,
proving our
after
point,
you
you know.
cheated in your 30s
But
and
your
your 40s.
question-
Then
My
I
question-
find
I
somebody
didn't
that is
ask
not
a
being
question.
cheated
I
on,
didn't ask a
and I'll go
question.
for that
That's
18-year-old that are
what do women benefit out of
No,
it?
men. Because he was saying benefit. So what I was saying, we're talking.
I don't
we
want you
keep
to stay with
answering
me
the
at 60.
question
How many
without
more years
listing
do I
what's
have
the
left?
benefit. Because what are you
Rub my
guys not
head.
benefit from that you're saying you don't benefit? What is the benefit? What are you missing out on?
What do we benefit out of a
18,
marriage?
So with what Mr. Tintin said, as far as the benefits, what I was asking was, before we even answer the question, what is the benefit of marriage? So we understand what you can miss out on and what you can.
Okay, so
I can
this is
answer-
this is how you can benefit.
Let him come in.
I think the simplest way to look at this is, I think both you guys have used the same phrase, security. That's the biggest thing that women use in terms of like benefits. It could entail a whole bunch of different things. It could be financial benefits. Just depends on the woman.
No, for
It
the
could be-
man.
It could be.
But
it
what
could
about
be-
the man?
Yeah, I'm talking about with the man,
The
not
man.
the woman.
Let's talk about the
What
woman.
are the
The man-
benefits?
It's hard. It's hard to really define exactly how the man benefits.
So then how can you answer the question
Because
then?
I said
Okay, so
this.
let me tell you how the men benefit.
Hold on. Let him
Marriage-
finish.
Marriage.
Let
Marriage to
him
me-
in so that we can lay him on the floor and whip him out. Let's go.
I think
Never.
like I'm analyzing
Now
it.
I'm here.
I'm analyzing it. Okay, I'll analyze it from a self perspective, right? Like, okay, being in a relationship, not marriage level yet, but it's kind of similar because it's a commitment to some
Relationship is
right?
no marriage, honey.
Right.
That's different.
But this is how I look at it. The woman benefits from the whole security. Personally, most men, if we had to be fully transparent, we know what comes with getting in a committed relationship, which is that means now we have limited choices. We limited ourselves in terms of how many women that we possibly want to hook up with in the future. You got to be sneaky if you're that type of man. If you're that type of man, you got to be sneaky. We already know that. We already put in that self. That's why the ring. You put the ring, your options are limited, right? Now you have the girlfriend or boyfriend. Choices are limited. Granted, now this generation, nobody really cares. They just go ahead and do their stupid shit. But generally speaking, men, we sacrifice more. That's why we actually get in this whole committed relationship, marriage, all the extra stuff.
You said
Just
the
to make-
men sacrifice
Yes,
more.
just because we want to make.
But
the
what
woman
do you
happy.
guys
question is, what do you
sacrifice?
guys benefit though?
We
What do you
sacri- we
benefit?
This is what you benefit.
Hold on.
We sacrifice.
What do you sacrifice?
For example, again, if I get in a relationship with a girl today, and I tell the girl like, all right, I'm about to smash you today, and then I'm about to pull up with another girl tomorrow. I know that's not possible. I can't really move around like that anymore. I can't. I cannot.
Are you kidding me? And that is a sacrifice you're saying? Because you want to be
Yes.
sneaky?
Most
How is
men,
that a
men,
sacrifice?
men are
That's
literally
your
bred.
character and your nature.
But men-
That you are not sacrificing
but men are-
anything.
men are
you are
bred-
actually benefiting for sleeping with
No.
two women.
No, it's not.
Right, exactly.
We want-
Exactly.
We
Why?
want we want multitude.
You're not getting the point, are you? What are you saying?
We want multiple women.
When
but
you
if
say
we commit,
that, you say that you've been in the relationship, right? You sacrifice. And I ask you, what are you sacrificing? And you say that you're with one woman, right?
I'm sacrificing every other woman.
I have a genuine question for men.
Most-
Are y'all not concerned with how much time and attention and energy y'all put into having sex with somebody else or multiple women?
Let me
I feel
tell
like,
you,
hold on, wait. I
the
feel like
minute you hear
the majority of the argument
go
whenever
again.
we're having conversations.
Everything goes out of the door.
You guys have to be
All the
concerned that
tiredness.
sex
Go.
is not saying that I don't understand that men are wired a little bit different, but every time when we're having conversations, why in God's name is you literally just said you sacrifice not
By
having sex
cheating.
with another woman?
Not having sex with multiple women.
How's that sacrifice?
But my question is, if
It's a
you
choice.
have like,
No,
wait,
That's a
it's not
choice.
Yes, it is.
oh my god,
What
It is.
happens-
It's a choice.
what happens
It's
when you
It's
deny?
a choice. No. It's a choice.
It's a
when
choice?
You are
Sure.
with, no.
Sure.
No.
Sure.
It's a choice.
Sure.
When you are with one woman, right? You made a choice of not sleeping with any other woman.
Oh.
You can make that same choice by doing that,
Right.
And that woman can also make a choice by checking out. It's a choice.
I ask you a
You are
question.
not sacrificing nothing.
I ask you a
Let's
question.
get it straight here.
Okay, so let's say I met Shala on the street.
don't use me, oh I beg, don't use me for the example.
I met-
You see how I'm looking at you at the side of my
I
eye?
met Shala on the street.
The thing that is gonna come out of my mouth.
I know Shala is a really good girl, right? Like she's a really good girl. You know, I try to approach her. You know, she gave me the responses that would give me the mindset of, oh shoot, I need to take this girl on a more serious basis. Like, I had this conversation with her earlier. Like, initially when a man meets a girl, we look at the physiques. We look at, okay, well, is she sexually attractive to me? If she's not, I don't want to be with her. Like, that's what we generally look. Eventually, when we have the conversation, I'll be like, oh, well, she's actually caring. So let me actually take this girl on a more serious basis.
You chose
guys-
that, right?
Yeah, but that's the girl. That's when that
She
flip,
ain't force
You kind of switch that flip in our heads. Like, if you're the same girl, like if I come at you sexually and that's the energy that I'm getting from the start, I know okay, it's gonna be bomb. Like, okay, our sexual attraction, sexual activities might be hella bomb. But if I don't see anything, like, oh shoot, but 5 years down the line, I'm not gonna lie, most men will say this: new pussy is the best pussy that you could possibly get. Excuse my language, right? But I'm just saying that's just how we generally mostly look at things. But most women will look at it like, okay, well, immediately they meet a man, they want to hear something like, okay, prosper and he has a future, he's ambitious. You guys look at the physique, get me wrong. But immediately the physical doesn't match the mind, it's done. Us, we don't care. We will still smash you at the end of the day. And
How many women,
will still
like, where
think-
y'all getting these?
most women, you will still think.
Let me tell you something.
careful.
Let
No,
me
let me put it-
let's be very honest here, because y'all keep speaking for women. All right, but to be very
51%
honest,
of
hold
the
on. To
women.
be very honest, yes, I know a lot of women want the whole settle down thing, whatever the case may be. But it goes back to what I said minutes ago. Most women, if they had it their way and it wasn't based off of society and what they told us is the valuable and not valuable and worth and all that extra stuff, most women, and like y'all say women cheat better and more than men. Don't y'all always argue that? So if
Recently.
we're talking about sex, if we're talking about just getting one off, women do it more, right? According to y'all, and they do it better.
But you know why?
Okay, so
Right or
you-
wrong?
so-
I don't want to know why, right or wrong.
There's a reason,
Am I
though.
right?
Okay,
There's no
so
reason.
where-
Am I right or am I wrong?
You guys do it better because
Answer
we
her
don't.
question.
We don't
It's
investigate.
not about being better.
We
am
do
I
not
right
investigate.
Am I right or am I wrong?
But
But you
need to
said
send
Because
it
y'all,
back
women
to
have
the benefits.
y'all want to argue sexual intercourse so much, right? Y'all want to make it
Because
seem
we
as
like
if
it.
God brought you here just to create and
Yes.
recreate,
Yes.
right? Okay.
That's
so
how I
how
thought.
come?
Okay, so
hold on,
answer the
wait.
question.
So how come women do it more? Since that's always y'all argument, we cheat more, we have sex more, we sneakier than y'all, right? If women do it more, but y'all want to always argue that I want to
Yes,
get one
because the
off.
woman got to serve a lot of man. If you do it more, you are
It
just serving
doesn't.
a lot of
You're,
men.
you're giving reasons, but you're not answering
You
the
are just
question.
serving a lot of men.
Going back
Women-
to your
women-
argument, you're arguing sex and you're arguing sacrifice. But at the end of the day, if we're going based off of one, whenever we're talking about cheating, y'all always want to throw it back on us and say that, oh, we cheat more. Okay, so that must mean that we like sex more. We must need it more.
But you
No,
guys do.
it's-
Right or wrong?
You like
No,
sex
that's
more.
wrong.
You
That's
do.
wrong.
Okay, we like. Okay, we like
that's-
sex more. Okay,
that's-
we like
Except
sex
from you
more.
turning into a weapon
We
and
like sex
we're not
more.
gonna
So
be-
does that not mean that? does that not mean that we're also sacrificing
You
by
don't know-
saying
you know-
I do?
Don't you know a lot of
Because
women
we-
turn sex
we
into
wanna-
weapons?
more.
Wait,
You guys-
Especially when they know that you are committed.
If we're
You
cheating-
changing your mind now?
No, no. You guys don't like sex more. You guys just have
Eddie.
your availability. Your availability
Where's my
for
gloves?
men to have sex with you is very high. Men doesn't.
Eddie,
men
you're
do not
arguing the
have.
reason. We're just talking about the facts. Do we have sex or do we cheat, whatever the case may be, more than men?
Do we?
Yes or no?
Now in this
Yes or
generation,
no?
I would believe that women cheat more than
Okay,
men.
I just feel like
okay,
the
so
women
women,
are
so
servicing
women
more
are
men.
women are having more sex than men, right or wrong?
They are just servicing more men.
Regardless of the reason, right or wrong.
A few.
Okay, so going to your statement about sacrifice, does that not now mean that for us as women, we're also sacrificing our bodies?
But it's-
And the reason why we don't come out and say it is because of going back, the value, the self-worth. We're going to be called hoes, but that don't mean we don't want to have sex
Yeah, but-
with 10 of them.
Okay,
The thing is-
so can I get back to the age thing, because it's very important for me to
You
finish.
will come back. I want him to wrap it up because he has to leave. Go ahead.
But
yes.
And then Shola and I will fight you and beat you up here.
But
It's two against one, no.
See, look,
Nikki.
the biggest thing is, yeah, Shola, you saying this, right? It makes sense if you look at it like, okay, well, now women are doing a lot more sexual activities. But you're looking at this term. If I ask you right
I'm
now,
going based off of what you
right,
said.
if I generally ask most women,
Okay.
hey, what's your body count? They will
Probably
have
got
a
more than
hard,
men.
They will have a hard time telling me it's over 20. But if you ask most men, what's your body count? If I say 20, it's not abnormal to you. It's not. You're going to be like, oh, okay, that's reasonable. But if a woman tells me, yeah, my body count's like 20,
Do you
automatically,
And
know,
why
do
is
you,
that?
But what I'm saying, do you know
Why
you're
is that?
proving my
'Cause it's
point?
not normal.
But you're
But
proving
there's
my
a difference
point.
it's not normal. I
between
know
giving
that.
and
I know-
receiving.
It just shows me that you're one of the women that
Eddie,
cheat.
you're
Why would I
proving,
get? Well,
you're
that
proving my
invests in you now.
point. That means that this whole sex conversation, it's more of a sacrifice for us as women. Because one, we have to pretend that we got two bodies. Two, we got to pretend that we actually want to be a wife. Okay? Left to most of us, we would be probably more than y'all. Let's be real.
See,
Thank
but-
you.
No,
It's
'Cause
cool. Eddie,
You just want to have your cake and eat it,
Yeah,
huh?
he doesn't want to back down, but it's okay.
You know why?
It's okay.
I think that women having multiple partners, or cheating a lot, or doing all these different things is looked down upon. Because
That's how,
let's go back.
That's how
Let's go back.
society.
No,
that's
let's
how
go back.
society has designed it from the Bible.
No, no, no,
yes,
no,
it is.
no, no,
yes,
no,
it
no,
is.
no,
yes,
no,
it is.
no,
Yes,
no.
it is.
Fumble.
How's that fumble? How?
Because guess
How?
what?
From the Bible to now. Women has always been
No.
looked down like that.
No.
Right now, if
There
you
is a
sleep
reason.
with, okay, what is the reason?
There is
you
a
always talking
reason.
What is the reason?
Facts are facts, though.
What is the reason?
Listen, women, right, have more to lose when they have a lot of intercourse with different people.
Dion, did you
right?
not
And
really
the
listen?
reason why,
He said, he
because
said
guess
women
what?
have more to lose.
And-
Yes.
So it
yes.
goes back to what?
And
We are
then-
the ones that
That
don't
we are
benefit.
sacrificing.
Exactly.
We are ones that
are benefiting.
You said
But
You
but-
have
your
to
words
lose.
against
It
you.
makes sense.
We
I'm
have-
not
but that's what I'm
saying-
saying.
I
Going
never
back to the
said- I
question,
never
do men
said-
benefit?
We not.
So at the end of the day, y'all benefit
never
more
ever
than us.
said
since
that
we
women
have more
don't
to lose.
sacrifice.
You're losing in terms of value.
You see, I never said
We
women
have
don't
more to
sacrifice.
lose. Yes or
You're
no?
losing in terms of value, though. You're not losing
Not
in terms
even
of like how
value,
many people
right?
that
Where-
you guys
where
are
I'm-
actually
where
gonna
I'm
be hooking
trying
up
to
with.
take it.
That's the point. We are making the point saying that if a man gets in a relationship, they're losing the quantity of people or women that they are actually gonna hook
So
up
that's
with.
the
Women
only
getting
thing
in
that
a
matters
relationship,
when it comes to marriage for
the-
you.
no, just the comparison
Losing your
to that,
bodies.
just
Number
the
one.
That's what
comparison to that.
matters.
If
Women just lose their
women are
value.
Having
Hold on, are
multiple
y'all-
sex,
like, are y'all listening to
it's
your
dangerous
argument?
for them. Listen,
Look
look
at-
at you.
Your
at Amber.
argument is the genesis of your argument here is I am losing out as a man because I can't have more than one sex partner.
No,
that is the
that's not
genesis
what I
of your.
said.
My options.
That's what he
my-
said.
my
That's what he
options-
said.
That's not
my
what he
options-
said.
That's what he said.
That's not what I said.
My options-
You never let me.
supposed to be
You never.
backing him
No,
up.
no, no.
What you mean?
But that's not what I said.
Men's options
What
are going
I
to be
said
more limited.
was,
But that's the same
dangerous
for us
women.
too.
Hold on,
And
no.
let's be real. You
But you
said
guys are not
that-
proud of
did
it,
you hear
though.
him?
What-
You guys will
said
not.
a man option is one.
You guys, but you guys will not be proud of it in terms of like saying, "Hey, I really hooked up with 25 guys," or "I really hooked up with."
Even though
You
we
don't-
won't be
even
proud to say
most
that
girls don't
that
even
doesn't
feel
mean women
good
are not
about it.
doing it.
Most girls don't
Just
even
because
feel.
they don't say it don't mean they're not
But
doing it.
most girls don't feel good about it. That's the truth. You
Um,
guys. No, that's truthful, including when you talk to your girls. Or most, I don't know the conversation you guys have.
Yeah.
But I believe most girls innate feeling, you guys don't feel good about it. Me or most guys, we could smash 300 girls. Promise you, half of them would even know.
So who's benefiting now?
We could if we were single. Because then I could be like, okay,
But
I'm
what do
smash
you?
and go today.
Okay. So
Bounce
let me
to the
ask
next
you this.
shorty.
Let me ask you this. We keep saying the benefits, right? And I kind of think it's a bit myopic if we just going by sex, right? Because
you.
because
Right,
the
yeah.
the
Thank you.
benefit the benefit
It goes way beyond benefit.
and that is why I'm trying to push out there because listen, as I said, I'm standing by 18 to 30,
30.
not messing around because there's a whole lot of different things. You're not ready. You could get yourself into. Trust me, if you want to know how it is to live with the devil, get with a woman that is bitter and have a contempt for you.
I think it's also
Right?
vice versa.
And
if you,
and
I think
no,
it's also
no, no.
It's vice versa.
Women
It's vice versa. It's
do
vice
it
versa.
Better. Come back, right? I'm sticking with that 18. If I can make the law, right? I would say if you are between 18 and 30, no. The reason be is you number one, I don't think you are ready. Number two, you are not emotionally equipped to deal with the complexity of what comes with a woman as she's aged, right? So if you are 30 and you marry a woman that is like 27, right? She's as complex as a woman that's like 50. And the guy at 27, emotional, intelligent, is more likely like a guy that is probably like 20 years old. I'm sorry, guys, but that is what it is, right? So if you take a 20-year-old and you expect the 20-year-old to lead in the house with a 50-year-old, how is that going to work?
Why
Right?
would a 20-year-old be with a 50-year-old?
And I'm talking about the emotional age of men and women.
Okay.
Because guess what? I know a lot of 27-year-old that act like 20-year-olds, right?
Okay.
And then you are 27, you're acting like a 20-year-old, but a woman, look, I'm telling you, I've seen women that are, they're actually girls. 18, you're still a girl, right? You still a girl, you small. I've seen 18-year-old girls, right, run the home of 50, 60-year-old men, and they benefit, and it's like they are 50 and the man is 18, right? Because women mature very fast. And I see that in even my own children, right? I have a 3-year-old and a 5-year-old, a 5-year-old boy and a 3-year-old girl. And the 3-year-old girl act like she's 7, and the 5-year-old boy act like he's 2. And it doesn't really change to a certain age, right? Men don't really catch up till they hit about 40.
Okay.
There's something about that age of 40 where men hit.
So is that the
something
reason why?
snap.
Is that the reason why when you go to Africa, I can't speak for all other African countries, but in Ghana, there's this saying that 40 is the new
40, a man's life begin at 40.
life begin at 40.
Not
that is
all
the,
life begin at 40.
it says a man's life. That
begin
is
at.
the,
Do you know why?
That is the dumbest statement ever.
Listen,
Yeah,
because
no.
the reason why they say that, when you say it begins, that doesn't mean like, you can do whatever you want. But the thing is, at 40, look, if you don't, there is nothing more.
At 40,
There's
at
nothing
40, you should be working on your retirement.
Look, and let me tell you
Your
something.
life cannot begin at 40.
And at men, there's nothing worse than a 40-year-old fool. And sometimes you have that, right? But 40, if you're a man and you don't have it together by 40, you might as well take a couple.
Can we get real for a second?
So-
Can we get real for a second, right? Because I feel like when I hear stuff like this, it's not that it's not wrong, because majority of men's situations are like that, right? But I think that the issue here is not necessarily age, but more so, even just going to the question first before I say what I wanted to say. Marriage is beneficial for a man and a woman that are both equipped and ready for marriage. Hold on.
Yes,
Now,
but-
at the end of the day, Scripture says 2 is better than 1. Even outside of biblical scriptures, we can see that partnership is better than you standing on your own.
Right.
You multiply, you double, right? Now, majority of people in general do not benefit because, one, you chose the wrong partner.
How did
And
you
if-
choose the wrong partner?
Ask the people now. It's
Okay,
like,
so
wait,
now
wait,
let me
chill,
get-
chill,
let me
chill. Wait,
come
wait,
out-
wait,
let me
wait,
answer
wait,
that
wait,
question
wait,
for
wait,
myself.
Wait. A lot of people do make wrong choices. One, for some women, going to what you're trying to argue, unfortunately for you, you chose to marry a 27-year-old that is still 12 in his mind. How is that marriage going to work? For some women, you're not wife material. Let's just call it a day. You get married and now you're causing havoc in the house. A lot of people are choosing the wrong partners for whatever your reasons may be. But if you do it right and you make the right choice, marriage is beneficial for both parties. Now, when it comes to men in general, not being ready, I think that is the problem. Where more than talking about what is wrong with men, y'all need to start doing something about it. There's no reason why you should be proud to say that from 18 to 30, I cannot get married because my brain is somewhere else.
Well-
You should be doing something about it, because just like Dion said, by the time you're 40, what do you mean your life started at? You should be ashamed of yourself. There
Well,
is no
let me
reason
put it
why
this
we should
way.
be
You should be
conforming.
planning for retirement.
Right. There's no reason why we should be
The woman
conforming
should
to
be
that.
planning for
Life
retirement at
insurance.
25.
Get it
40?
together.
You getting it right at 40? That's a sad
Well,
story.
and then let me finish my whole line of
sorry.
age.
Oh,
Lines.
boy.
Okay, because I'm not done.
Beat us up.
I'm not
said
done. I got them gloves. You know, so it's like, so 40 at that time. Trust me, you don't want to be a 40-year-old fool. It's nasty. Nobody want to deal with you, right? If you're 25, we can understand. If you're 30, he's a late bloomer. You know, so we can understand.
No.
But once you start hitting 30, once that age start going and you hit 40, you better have it together, right? Okay, so now from 40 to maybe 50, right? At that point, men benefit about 70%, right? I'm not saying they benefit 70% more than women. I'm just saying that the beneficial range for a man between that 40 and that about 50, you know, maybe I said 30, right? So I'll just go with the 30. Wife don't beat me up, right? So I'll go with about 30. And so about 30 to 50, right? Men benefit about 70% of that beneficial total capacity.
You know what's
Right?
sad though? Going to
So-
what Eddie has said about sacrifice, because you're saying 40, 50, 60, but then where does that leave us as women that are that are more mature at 12 or whatever the case may be? So that means if we're waiting for young men to get to age 40 and 50, we're waiting until we're 30 or 35, 40 before we get married.
No,
That is
no,
wild.
because right now we're not talking about women. We're talking about men benefit, right? You keep going. We're talking about men benefiting, and I'm trying to get to how men benefit. I can come to women and address the woman.
But you're
part,
talking about age.
right?
You never
If
talk
you
about
come
how they
looking-
benefit.
I can come
But
back to
you-
the woman
you're
part.
saying how they
I
benefit,
can come back to
though.
the woman part, but right now I'm talking about men.
How do they
Right?
benefit? Because you're
And-
saying
and-
age, but
and
how
I'm
do they benefit?
I could come down. I could get there too.
Yeah.
I can tell you exactly
Yes.
how they benefit
Yes.
at every group.
Yes, how do they
Right?
benefit?
So
Yes.
at 30 to 50, right? This is how men benefit. At that point, you know, they could tell exactly what they want a lot more, right? They should be a lot more stable in their emotional wise. They should be a little bit more emotionally intelligent, and this is how they will benefit. Now, the woman that you are very careful of who you're dealing with, right? You should be, some are not, but you should be, right? Because now you have reached that pinnacle of, hey, I can't fool around anymore, because at this point, I've worked enough, I've had enough that if I don't make the right decisions, the consequences can be dire. Right? So if I'm going to make a certain decision that can literally decide the rest of my life, or even the very life itself, you're going to put in some homework. Right? You're going to work on yourself, and know, okay, I want this type. This is how I am. This is how I act at a certain situation. If a certain situation happen, I have the intensity to overreact, right? Now that you know that, what do? Now you are smarter. You are smarter than when you are 18 to 30, whereby you react just like that.
So
right?
where is the benefit coming from?
The benefit is coming from when you have a wife. At this point, you are smarter enough. You get a woman. You get a wife, right? The way that you will treat your wife will be very different than 18 to 30. And let me tell you, it doesn't matter. Whenever there's some women that just don't deserve to be treated right? But a lot of
What are you saying?
there's some women that are just Jezebels from the day they were born.
They are not men to that are monsters,
They are men that are monsters from the day they were born.
and they
God
don't deserve
bless.
to be treated right too.
So then Jezebel and monsters get together and have baby monsters.
But so with all
But-
this conversation, we still have not been able to pinpoint what
I'm
exactly
coming to
men
the benefit.
Can I
right?
answer the question?
So this is the
Because
benefit.
I think it's
when
not
you
even a
get-
thing of men. It's how does marriage is a benefit. A partnership is a benefit. I think the reason why it's hard to be the answer is difficult to answer is because what did I
It's
just
not
say?
difficult because at that point,
because for
at
me
that
it's like
point,
you're-
when you have a wife and you treat her well, guess what will happen? She will start treating you well, and there's nothing that boosts a man's ego, the man's ego drive than his wife treating him well and respecting him.
But what does
right?
the
So
benefit? What is the benefit? Being
And then
treated well is the benefit.
If you get treated well,
That's the benefit.
and your ego goes up and your drive goes up, everything that you do, you put 100% in it. Everything that you do, you will see your success go through the roof, right? And that is where I think you want a materialized benefit.
No.
And even that,
No, we're not talking about
right?
cars
So
and
you
house
get-
or anything
and
like
you
that.
get-
Yeah.
You get that emotional support.
We go through 9 months
Let me-
of
Yes.
right?
Yes.
You benefit.
Then that will come. That will
Right?
come, right? Because the way a 25-year-old guy will treat their child and will treat their pregnant women will be very different than a 42-year-old will treat their wife and their child, right? Because guess what? At that point, even your wife herself is a benefit to the man. And then if she have a child, it's a benefit to the man, right? And what does man crave the most? Respect. Right? Men crave respect more than sex. Men crave respect more than money. Men crave respect more than anything. We kill for the smallest disrespect. You go to the club or you go somewhere. This guy looked at you wrong. You're ready to throw hands, right? Because you feel disrespected, right? Men have done crazy things, just the feeling of being disrespected. But if you are that age and you have that emotional intelligence and you have that, you know how the world really runs. Right? You will treat your wife very differently. And then in turn, guess what will happen? She will treat you well. She will give you the respect. Right? That is a bigger benefit than anything else. And when you feel respected at home, it takes you to a different level when you go outside. Right? When you feel respected at home and you feel safe, it doesn't matter what the world throw at you when you go out there. And the world will beat you up. Trust. Every man knows. The world will beat you up, and when you get on the ground, we will stomp on you.
So in
And
other
then when
words,
you
the benefit, because I feel like we're going in circles. The benefit, in other words, is increase, stability, multiplication, right? If we're going and based off of the standards that you're talking about,
All of it.
right?
All of
so
it.
the benefit is increase. The benefit is the stability. The benefit is the favor, the honor, etc. The
All of
blessings,
it.
right?
All of it is the
that. So
benefit.
just to answer the question, plain and simple, that is what a man can benefit from a marriage if,
Yes.
according to your standards,
Yes.
he's around that age of maturity, etc.
The maturity,
right?
yes.
Okay,
Right? You will get that. Now, when you hit the age between 50 and probably like 65 before retirement, that is when you get 100% capacity of everything That is if you haven't really fucked up and your wife is still there and you still treating her right and she's still
That is
respecting
if
you.
he hasn't. Can you
if,
repeat that statement,
yes,
please?
I will keep doing it.
Repeat
and
it.
happens,
I
right?
like it. Yeah.
So if that things are still happening, right? What will happen? And if that still things are still happening, between the age of that age range of like, let's say roughly 50 to 65, when you're about to go retirement, you will be at the top of the pinnacle, right? Because at this point, you have been with this woman for about 20 years or more, right? You know her inside out. She knows you inside out, right? Like my wife and I, look, I can't go home and lie without my wife knowing that I'm lying. That's right, because she knows me inside out, right? If I go home and I tell her a lie, she'll be like, you lying. Right? And if I go home and I tell her the truth, she knows I'm telling the truth because she knows how I am. She knows my character. And she knows there's a certain things that I will do and there's a certain things that I will not do. So if I went home and I told my wife, man, I was walking outside and this guy looked at me and I beat them to the point, she would look at me and roll their eyes and she said, whatever. Because you know that will never happen. Right? So if you reach that 60, it's like a golden age. Now, after 65, right? It become a service.
But who's
And this
waiting
is-
until 65? Like who's
People work 65, people work 70.
woman is
But when
waiting,
you
like,
hit
60?
when you
Look,
hit
man.
65 and up, right? If you look at men and women, when men hit 65, their health and everything start declining sharply.
so what we gotta
Sharply.
wait for
It's
that?
like sharply. You with your wife for 20, 30 years, right? So sharply your health is declining, right? There's a study that shows that men that are married at that age tend to live longer. And the reason why they tend to live longer is at this point, most of the time is the woman that is managing your medicine. Matter of fact, most men will even forget to go see the
So
doctor.
that's what we're subject to managing medication.
It's not just that.
So
Managing medication.
when we get to that age,
You get
Whether you like
We are
it or
managing
not,
medication.
whether you like it or not,
That
it
is-
happens.
I reject.
It happens. Look at your mom. If you're fortunate
Jesus.
enough to have a parents that are still married, you will see it. You will see that it get to a point. At a certain point, the man is running around, and then it get to a point, maybe 60, 65, you have diabetes, kidney, have prostate, the thing can't get up anymore.
Yeah.
So many different things is happening. Then all of a sudden, you see she be like, why are you sitting there? Why don't you go to the hospital? She start nagging you all the time.
God.
And then now you start doing it. Okay, honey, yes, honey, no, honey,
Oh, God.
Then that is where you get a lot of the physical benefits I'm saying from.
I have a question for you, but I'll come back there. Shola,
Yes.
I don't know if it's just because like America, like the Western world system, is the reason why a lot of men think like men don't benefit from marriage. But if you look at from a broad picture, right, majority of the things that is being done within the marriage is actually the women that are doing it. Beside a man, the only thing that, let's say that they actually doing more is maybe working and bringing in more income. But right now in 2024, in most cases, especially in black homes, a lot of the women are the one bringing most of their incomes. So when you have this stats in there, and then right now in 2024, you still have men saying that, oh, the men don't benefit from the marriage.
No, but
The
who said
reality
men
is-
don't benefit.
Oh,
Wait.
social media. But you see, I don't
Anybody
know if,
that say men don't benefit, there's two things. It's either you are married to the wrong person, you are married to a Jezebel, or you yourself is not doing the right thing for the woman to help you benefit, right? And there's some women that they are just unmanageable, unmarriageable, and all that, right? There's some, if you find one of those, I'm sorry for you, find yourself a rope. But if you find even a decent one, it doesn't have to be the greatest, just a common decent one, right? And you have that, you know how to treat a woman, you know how to treat your wife, you know at certain things, right? And some men don't know where it cut off. Like me, I could push my wife, push her. I know where the line is that I will never cross. Because the day I cross that line, I'm done. I got to go look for my rope, right? Because at that point, there's nothing I'll tell her. But because I know who she is, I know how far I can push and get away. And sometimes it's even fun because I push her to that point and then it become a funny joke between us.
Mm-hmm. So go ahead, Shola. I know you wanted to say something. Go ahead.
Yes, I do.
You want me to push you?
I don't have your time. But for me, honestly speaking, just to bring it all together, marriage is a benefit, period, if it is done right, period. Most men, and I think you pretty much took the words out of my mouth, most men do not benefit, or the men that do not benefit from marriage is one, either you are not doing what you're supposed to do, so the fruit that you're supposed to bear or you're supposed to benefit from that marriage or that situation, you cannot go honestly speaking, you cannot cultivate on desert ground. If you are not doing what you're supposed to do, you're not going to reap no benefits and no fruit.
Don't forget about
That's
the Jezebels.
And then I was about to say, then two, unfortunately for you, if you married somebody that is what we call a Jezebel, unfortunately, to be very honest, that's also on you because you chose, right?
What about the Delilahs?
List them, right? And then number three, I think that marriage as a whole for me would not be beneficial if it's a situation where for whatever reason, the both couples are just in poverty and it's not really working both ends, right? But long story short, if you marry somebody, and going to what you were saying as far as the development of men and women, that is the main essence of women being helpers in the home, in a marriage. Most of us women are blessed or gifted with wisdom. So we know how to take something and multiply it, even when you go back to giving birth. Men, they were wired and designed to actually go on the field and work. That's why you guys are strong. That's why you guys have stamina. That's why you guys are able to stand 24 hours. Meanwhile, us as women will probably complain. At the end of the day, both complement each other. Again, if it is done right. If my husband comes and he is a hardworking, disciplined man, responsible, and I'm also coming into the marriage with my head on right, I'm adding the wisdom, the multiplication. There is no way what he brings to the table will not be multiplied.
Let me ask you this, right? Have any of you read the Songs of Solomon?
Yes.
In the Bible? Okay. There is nothing more poetic than the Songs of Solomon.
Right.
Okay. But Solomon had so many wives, 5,000? Something along that line. A whole lot of wives.
He didn't even sleep with some of them.
Some of them, he didn't even know their names.
Yeah.
Right?
But
And
you know
then-
why he had those wives?
Well, because he had that stamina.
No, that's
No.
not true.
Well, anyways.
That's not true.
It doesn't matter, but at that
I'll
point...
tell you why. It's not because he feel like he's a man that he married all of them. You know, back in the days, even back in the days, right? Started from the Bible, when your country and my country go to war, right? We do a peace treaty through marriage. So a lot of those...
Still happening these days?
Who does a peace treaty with their daughters? Who?
Okay,
Who?
okay. Let me tell you.
Who?
There's this man in my village.
Please don't even start with that village thing.
That's it.
Don't start with that village
Who?
thing.
I'm telling you who I
don't
know.
start.
Right. No.
So,
But-
by your village, they are not going
But
to
let's go.
war.
Let's
As
go.
in,
Let's go.
treaty,
nobody is
Let me
trading
get to
girls.
this point. Let me get to this point. Just saying that just brought something in my head, right? I think for men, I actually think we are doing it wrong of finding a woman. I actually think we need to go back to the olden days, because at the olden days, right, it was your mother and father that went and brought you a bride. Because, and I'm coming back to men maturity, right? Your mother and father was matured enough, so wherever they were, they saw a young woman and they did their investigation. They went and studied, this woman, this girl, she's beautiful, but is her uncle a thief? Does she still goes? No. That's her father borrowed money.
A lot of these things were
the-
arranged
from
before they
the-
were even born.
From the no,
It wasn't. There was not much studying.
No.
A lot
Because
of
guess
arranged
what?
marriage. A lot of arranged marriages are
There is
literally
some-
designed since the people were kids.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Because guess what? The reason why I'm saying that The reason why I'm saying that is my grandfather and my grandmother. That's why it happened. That's how it happened.
Of
right?
course,
But
there are-
it wasn't
there
arranged when they
Those
were.
were old days,
And
please.
that's what I'm
And
saying.
those
We're doing it
arranged
wrong.
marriages, there's no love
No.
anyway. There's no love. There's no
And it's a
affection.
Let me
family
tell you
thing.
this.
You
Let
married
me
your
tell you
cousin,
this.
and your cousin
Let me
married
tell
you.
this.
Like,
if
it's
you
not.
if you are with a man, right?
And then,
in
and
the
you know what
same
they'll
house,
do do you know what they will tell
not
the girl?
all of them.
Please. Back in the days when they were doing the arranged marriages, right? The girl goes in there, we are giving you to this family because we've done an investigation. The family is good. They have good background, blah, 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 blah. There's no love. There's no affection. There's no romance, nothing.
How do you love somebody?
Oh, please.
No,
And
how do you
then-
love? No,
and
how
then-
do you love somebody?
Oh, and then they'll marry them. The girl have no she has no idea who this nigga is.
Right.
Okay, they'll get married. As soon as they get to the bedroom, lie down, open your legs.
Now let me see. Let me see this. When you hold up, so you telling me that your husband or your fiance, you knew that? No, you met them at one day. It was just
Yeah,
one
but
day that you met them.
develop a relationship.
How do you
with
develop a
them.
relationship? No. How do you relate? Because let me tell you right now.
You guys get married.
Let me
That's
tell
how
you
you do it.
something.
That's the answer to your question. The
thank you.
years that you put into your
14 years. You
Exactly,
dated them for 14 years.
That's the
Yes,
answer
but I
to your
was
question.
smashing. You think it was 14 years just like that? We were
But
saying
because there was the connection.
There was the,
yes, and because
and it was
there was
even
a
better.
connection. There was a connection.
Oh,
you
guys.
guys are affectionate.
and it was connection
Back
because
in
we're
the
doing
days,
it.
they
we're
were not doing that. They were
No, man,
And
really,
then,
no. What
when
is
you marry and you go to the same house, the ta-ta-ta will go on.
What
the
is
connection
going
will be
on?
built.
Why
and
is
it-
sex
and it will happen.
always so your
let me
connection
tell
of
you.
14
Let me
years
tell you.
was because you were knocking? Are you not ashamed of yourself?
No!
You are not ashamed of yourself?
We need to put you on the floor.
Let me tell you this. Men.
14 years
ta-ta-ta.
knocking.
Afternoon, ta-ta-ta. Evening, ta-ta-ta.
Jesus
Lunchtime,
Christ.
ta-ta-ta.
You didn't
We
have
see a
You
woman.
didn't have a television in your house.
We don't watch TV. We see a woman going there. The first thing we see is the first thing we think about. If you don't know, I'm telling you today.
Disgusting.
Man, old, young,
But Mr. Tintin, let me-
2-year-old,
are you?
3-year-old.
Wait.
That's what we think
Even
about.
if this is a fact, right?
Money,
Even if that's a
sex.
reality, are you okay with that mindset? Yes or no? You are okay that everything that walks past that you are attracted to, your brain goes straight to sex. That's okay for you?
Including HIV. Keep
Let
going.
me tell you this.
Keep
No.
going.
Yes or no. That's an okay mindset to continue to cultivate and feed.
Don't blame me. I
No, I'm
didn't
asking
create
you. I'm asking
myself.
you.
We're
I'm
asking
asking you. Are you
Okay.
okay with that?
Don't ask me.
Mr. Tintin,
I didn't create
are you-
myself.
No, guys.
Go ask
are you-
God.
But look, there
Go ask
are.
God.
No.
God has
Go
given you
and
brains.
ask God.
God has given
Then
you
ask God.
brains.
Then
Free
ask God, why did you
will.
give me this brain? Didn't give me your brain.
You
answer
should
the
use
question.
it.
Answer the question.
Ask God.
Mr. Tintin.
Why he
answer the
gave me this
question.
brain? Why he gave me
Why
this
you not
eyes?
answering the question though?
Because
yes or
immediately-
no? Are you okay with it? God gave it to you. Do you want it? Or do you accept it? God gave it to you. Do you accept
Yes.
it? Okay.
How do I deny something from God?
Okay, perfect.
It's haram.
That's all. That's all I wanted to
Immediately,
know.
look, we men, we see, we think, ta-ta-ta. Then,
Okay.
that is what drives
Not
us.
every
Then,
man see.
if
and
they
think
tell you
ta-ta-ta.
that they don't, tell them it's
So
authentic.
every girl
Let
that
me-
you see,
Even the Pope.
hold on. So every girl that you see
I
outside,
didn't say every girl. I saw immediately you see a girl and you see the nash, and then you see the nash.
what if there's
and then
no
you see the
nash?
face? Then why are you walking around? My friend, move on.
Can I just say so? Because Father God, please,
You
I
see-
beg you,
you
like
see-
it cannot be all men. Like, listen, there has to be a
Hey,
man out there
Shola,
that
let
gets
me
sense.
tell you today.
Wallahi, there has to
Let
be a
me
man
tell
out
you
there that gets sense
today,
because this cannot be
you
the
can ask
narrative.
your father, you can ask your grandfather,
Ask
you can
Martin.
ask the father of Rome. They
No,
will tell
I reject.
you that
I
they see you.
reject. Possible, man. No.
Listen,
Father
why do
God,
you
no.
think- why
I
do you
like. There's
think
no
men
way.
go
There's
after
no
women?
way.
They see something
Shola,
they like.
don't mind this one.
And they see the
can't.
ta-ta-ta.
I
And they
can't.
see the possibility of ta-ta-ta. And sometimes
And that is
when
how
you-
y'all bring
and
STD and
sometimes-
HIV
And
is
sometimes you go
That,
in.
that, that, it comes with
Eh?
HIV
and
and
sometimes
STD.
when you go in for the ta-ta-ta, like how the
You
mistake
get HIV
and then the,
and
like the
STD.
mistake I made to go in for the ta-ta-ta. I didn't know that ta-ta-ta was super glue and I was caught.
Yeah.
Now I can't pull away and I'm stuck.
Yeah.
And now I can't move.
So they trapped
And then
you.
I decided to marry because I like the ta-ta-ta. You see what I'm saying? You see how it got me?
We can never see what
from-
you're saying.
You-
No.
You see why it got me from a super hoe to a married man?
We are done.
We are. Yeah.
Look, I'm not even gonna lie.
Wrap it up and let's go.
Community. I was the community guy, and then one time I tried to go for the wrong community girl. Didn't know that she was a trapper. I was trapped. Now all of a sudden, now I'm madly in love, and now I can't go anywhere. The next thing I know, 14 years has passed, 18 years, and now I'm married with 3 kids.
Oh God, let me. There are still some single ladies out here that wants men that get sense. So please, say please, because this cannot be the narrative.
Ladies,
it cannot
ladies,
be.
let me tell you something
No,
about
don't speak
men.
to them.
I'm gonna be real.
No,
with you.
man.
As
No.
a man,
No. Let's not do that.
If you want a man, right? If you want a man to be that guy that runs after you, that wants to wash your feet, that want to clip your nails.
Do we even have such men anymore?
Yes.
Where
Yeah,
are
so
they?
we have to.
There
we have
are
to.
very,
We are
there
still
are
here.
very simple
No.
things. Men, we are not very smart, eh? We're not very smart and sophisticated like you people. Eh? You people are very smart, very sophisticated. We are not. We just act the way we do to make you think that we are sophisticated. We are not, right? Because guess what? A group of men can sit here for 2 hours and be talking about nothing but nonsense. They
Nothing
can even
but
talk
sex.
about how our thing don't look like you don't know, men. We don't think as deep as you guys do. So if you make the mistake and think that men think as deep as you do, you are making a big mistake.
For us
These are
single
the
ladies,
things
there are men
think
out
about.
there that get sense. It's
Eh?
not all of them. I beg, don't subject it.
All
I
of
beg,
them.
I beg. It's
All
not
of
all of them.
them. All
It
of
cannot
them.
be. It cannot
All of
be.
them. It starts from Adam.
So what are you trying? No,
Mr. Tintin.
And everything under Adam
it
is like
cannot
that.
be.
We are done.
Everything under Adam is like that.
Yes.
We are
so
done.
women,
No.
two things, right? If you want the one that will stick to you and like a glue and like what my wife did to me. Eh? Number one, don't be complicated because we are scared of complication. People, it scares us, and then when we are scared,
Podcast
we become
There's no
aggressive. Number two, keep his balls drained.
Keep what?
keep his balls drained.
Keep his what?
His balls drained.
His balls.
Yeah, it's drained.
Drained.
Like, man, keep it drained. And once that is
Hey.
drained, you don't have to cook. You don't have to clean. All that cool cleaning, that is all bullshit. I'm just telling you right now.
But
It's two things.
the women are still doing it, and when they don't do it, y'all say that they are not
If you
feminine
are not
enough.
doing it,
They are not. They
if you
are
not
modern women.
doing
They are
it,
traditional
and
wives.
your man complain, two things: either you are being complicated, or the sack is still full. Once the sack is not full, if you don't want your man to complain, even if you do something wrong, right, something crazy, get a handcuff, go in there, do a little thing.
Are you?
All sins are
Shola,
forgiven.
wrap it up and let's go. Do you have
All
any last
things are
minute?
forgiven.
Let's not mind this man. Do you have any last minute thing to say before we go?
Last minute
Let's wrap it up.
statements for me is, pretty much what I already said. Marriage is a benefit for all of us if we do it right. Majority of men, we already know, like he said, they're not as smart as women. And I guess us as women, we are smarter. So that's why if you are a woman that is actually taking up that role, you're able to multiply whatever he brings to the table. And then it becomes a benefit for both parties. But because we have majority of males and females who are self-centered and not doing it right, the mindset is shifted. Relationships and marriages are not benefiting anybody. I personally never like to single anything, so y'all gonna get that from me all the time. It is all of us, right? So that's my that's my last minute statements.
Okay. I'm not even gonna go to him, please. We are not go. We are tired of ta ta ta.
Is the how did they say it? Is the nectar of life.
Oh God. So guys, thank you very much for watching the Diaspora Moment podcast. I hope you enjoyed today's topic. And then do not forget to subscribe, and we will see you next time. Thank you very much.
This is Diaspora Moments by Dion London.